Hi, welcome to AwkwardHamster. Today I'll be reviewing this LeFun 4K sports action camera, and here's everything that came in the packaging. They're all basically GoPro type accessories, the mounts, the open bracket, the waterproof casing that you can go take this and go swimming or diving with it if you want to. All these type of mounts are very standard, bicycle mounts, adhesive mounts, but let's first take a look at the specs for this item. So, uses a 60 megapixel Sony sensor. I'm just going to go over the highlights for it. The 4K is at 30 frames per second, but if you're recording at 1080p, you can record at 60 frames per second. It has a very wide field of view, about 170 degrees. It's a fisheye, and accepts micro SD cards up to 64 gigabytes, which is important because 1 minute of footage equates to about 285 megabytes, 285 meg file. And there's different functions for it too. Slow motion, time lapse, or I can use it as a dash cam too. Here's a closer look at the item. We got a mode button, also power button. On the top, we got selection button, or just press this as a shutter. Then here's the selection for when you're in menu system. Speakers right over here. Micro HDMI, micro USB, and micro SD. So for the micro SD, I'm using a Kingston Class 10. I would recommend using the faster micro SD cards, especially when you're recording 4K footage. And here's the battery compartment right down here. Now I can see that it says it does support Wi-Fi. In the manual, it also has the QR code for the Wi-Fi app. Here's the menu system. It's currently on the video tab. I'll also switch it to the image choices. And here, these settings apply to everything. Exposure, white balance, turn on Wi-Fi if I want to, driving mode, image rotation, and screensaver, the choices. Currently up at 30 seconds. Auto shutdown. I can time watermark. Basically, inside the video, you'll have a little watermark of the current date and time, the volume, and here's other settings, formatting the SD card if I wanted, and here's the version of the firmware this one's currently using. And that's it. As for pros and cons, the image quality is very good outdoors. Came out very crisp, sharp, the color accuracy was spot on. And as for the mode selection, it's great that this retains different modes. For example, if I want to quickly switch between a 1080p 60 frames to a time lapse or slow motion, I can easily do that by just pressing the mode button. Another benefit is that this action camera is very affordable. It costs about $56 off Amazon, and I think that's priced beautifully because this is a great action camera for outdoors, and it's a great alternative to GoPro. GoPros are about, what, $200, $250 for their lower end models, whereas this one, 4K at 30 frames, or better yet, 1080p at 60 frames, and as I show in my video, great performance, great image quality. Now, in terms of battery life, the battery life is just decent. It's about 60 minutes on average, and not the 90 minutes they advertised. But if a Wi-Fi was turned on, well, then the battery life drops down to about 30-35 minutes. So I don't really use the Wi-Fi. I love the wide viewing angle. It's great for capturing footage of my kids. As for the cons, I did not notice any image stabilization feature, but if it did have it, it's probably digital and pretty weak. And also, it did not come with a carrying bag. I just want to mention that. That's really not a big deal. Most of the time, I have my own carrying bag for these type of action cameras. But overall, for $56, I think this is a great GoPro replacement, and I would recommend it. Well, thanks for watching this review. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to contact me. Thanks for watching AwkwardHamster.